Randy, she knew everybody. I should say the year looks like about 1950 because the bride over there on the left was born in January 32, so she might be 18. So that'd be about 1950, I think. Yours truly, about 1936, 37. That was cute. You should look at me now. Ugh. Yike. And here we have a couple of pictures. The first one over here is a birthday party at Martha Hacker, August 1939, about which I have absolutely no recollection. And there I am, 5 years old. And this is a second grade class at Severna Park Elementary School near Round Bay, Maryland. Miss Anthony on the right, remember her very well. My first grade teacher would always walk up and down the aisle, caught somebody talking, she'd take a piece of chalk and hammer the back of the top of our heads. We called her Miss Woodpecker. And I'm right there, looking shocked. And this little blonde gal here, Gretchen, I had real amorous thoughts about her. She lived across the street, wouldn't have anything to do with me. And I think this guy in the dark shirt was named Timmy. And there was another guy. Oh yeah, down here. I think his name was George. Graduation from Richard Henry Dana Junior High School in San Pedro, California, June of 1949. And being the fourth tallest in the class, here I am here. Oops. Anyway. And on the back, all the names. I know you all are familiar with buying frames at the store and having a movie star picture in there. You take out the picture and put your own. Well, I kept the movie star picture here. This is probably the best picture of me during separation and divorce, 1989-90. My first cousin and I went to Malibu, California, to the Getty Museum there. It's like walking back 2,000 years into a Roman villa. All its artwork and everything. It's a must-see for anybody of you that go down there. My first cousin Betty Graham and I went out there. It was very interesting. April 1993 at the Chart House in Redondo Beach, California, Sue and Don's 50th wedding anniversary. Well, this is, I think, 1993, going to a Christmas party from a church group called Focus. This is in Fia's house, apartment. 1994, we went to Hawaii. We went to Oahu and went to Germain's Luau. Pretty good. Kind of commercial, but a lot of fun. We saw the Arizona and went to Hanama Bay, where we waded in the water. Fish are all around your ankles, waiting to be fed. Went to Dole's pineapple plantation, all the pineapple juice you can drink. Pineapple hot dog. Really fun. Here are 2 volumes of the Avery clan. Christopher Avery came from England in the early 1600s. I think he was born in 1616. My grandmother was an Avery. My mother took the middle name Avery her late teens. Helen Avery Graham. And I will open the book to you to show you Grandma Graham. And this is volume number 2, page 1400. And we have Sarah Avery. We have all her information there. And she is number 8690. And all her male heirs back to Christopher, 1616. Married William Graham, so forth. And on the shelf here I have a whole bunch of other books, family history. I'll take a few out and show you. Here we have the Fenimore chart. If I've given you the DVD of this book, you have this. Sarah Avery, later to become Sarah Avery Graham. Here I am, 1934, Roland Park, Baltimore, Maryland, and the 3 Fenimores. Oh boy. I'm sure none of you have seen this one before. This is a list of postcards and photographs from my dad's World War I military memorabilia. And this one, kind of interesting. The ship on which I sailed has arrived safely overseas. Postcards. Postcard. And on the back, Dad's writing. This one's easy to read. I put it into a computer and made it very, very plain for everybody. Some of the words I just couldn't understand or decipher. Dad went into the Sons of the American Revolution. (1941) 1040 shows what he made. He bought a brand new 1941 Plymouth two-door and paid $962.28, brand new. Some of Dad's Army records. This is Fort Howard, Maryland, March 14, 1918. This is a college project I had, I think, in one of my education classes at Long Beach State, which is not called that anymore. But anyway, it's something that's I value very much because it was cumulative. Take it to jobs and remember 10 years of employment history and have all the names and phone numbers and addresses, and filling out the application. I came off kind of smart. Different sections. This is a genealogical section, and then I had an Army section. And let me turn that around. I have every address at which I've lived except one, which is the first house in Round Bay. I even have some recent phone numbers in the last part of the list. Educational history. Report cards. 7th Street School, San Pedro, California. I wasn't a good student. Secondary teaching credential. Certificates. All the jobs I've had. Per hour wages. First job, $1 an hour. Glad to get that. Each year's schedule. Evaluations. This is in Northrop. When working at the industrial store M&W in Torrance, was given the opportunity to go to some seminars, and this is one. While working at Northrop, there are some people that really like my work, and they sent a nice recommendation and commendation. Kind of nice. And I will finish up this little escapade with 6 of the paintings that we have of Granny Baker. This is in oil. This is its companion. I will show you some perspective with my finger. Another oil. Granny loved to paint the Thousand Islands in Canada. This is the only watercolor I have. This is, I'm sure, up in the Thousand Islands too. And I will finish up looking out the kitchen window, looking kind of north-northwest. Tree in front of us is kind of the purple, rusty as a Japanese maple, and there's another one over there. It's just beginning to leave. The kind of yellow-green leaves. Well, I hope you enjoy this. Nice to have a record of it permanently. Don't turn your machine off right now. I forgot to include some of the loose pictures that I have in a folder, which I will now give to you. Here is the Graham line, and we have George Graham, but his father was Alexander Graham, and I don't know whether there's anything to Alexander Graham Bell, any tie-in there or not. I don't know. But anyway, and then their children. Now, William Graham was my grandfather, and I will show you a picture of George Graham and company in just a minute. This is George Graham. Here is William Graham, who is a civil engineer and built a lot of bridges, railroad stuff, and also was instrumental and involved in the elevated trains in Chicago, called the L's, I think. This is taken in 1892, and they were married. Here is Sarah Avery. This is again a picture taken in 1892, and they were married. This is a marriage certificate of George Graham, who was